Hey, how you doing? I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Rise or Fall, and as you can see, I'm not in my regular broadcasting spot. I'd like to call it the DFS dungeon because Thursday night football, it's not good. The Carolina Panthers take on the Houston Texans in Houston, ravaged by injury. So I figured I need to get grimy and get right down to it to bring you the video. So hang here, and I guess we'll discuss it afterwards. Hey, here we are once again. I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Rise or Fall in the self-proclaimed DFS dungeon to talk about the Carolina Panthers going to the Houston Texans this Thursday night. As you can tell, it's not that exciting, but I'm telling you, there are little twists here that I have. From the opening till right now, there's a few things I've thought of that I think I should bring to you that we can talk about here. Maybe we can win a couple bucks. But before we get to that, make sure you go to Team Rise or Fall, like, share, subscribe, and use promo code BEASTIE. The NFL 50 promo code is long gone. A lot of you folks grabbed onto that. You're in. You're getting 50% off your first month of premium services. So thank you. If you're new here, that's fantastic. If you want to be here, use promo code NFL 50. And oh, by the way, the Team Rise or Fall Discord is free. You can come in there. You can hang. You can chat with me, Mitch, T-May, Scrosby, Bennett. I mean, the list, I don't even know if a lot of these folks are real people. I mean, I know Mitch is, but the rest of them, I've never seen their face. So I would imagine they're there. They're talking to us in the group chat. So enough with the nonsense. Let's get right into the Carolina and the Houston game. So yeah, there's an audible and just grimace on my face because I think this game is going to go exactly how we think it's going to go. You know, I mentioned that for Monday Night Football when Green Bay was playing Detroit, and yeah, it went just about as much as we expected it to. Second half got a little, nasty for the Lions, but Green Bay did exactly what we thought they were going to do. No sense in rehashing that. Still kind of bummed out. I stayed up late to watch a Lions game, and here we are. So Carolina at Houston. Houston is getting 7.5 points in this one, rightfully so. They might need double that here to do anything of note. And the over-under in this one is at 43.5 points, which I think is completely one-sided in Carolina's thing. So right off the bat, Sam Darnold, Houston is 16th overall against opposing quarterbacks. Sammy Darnold, $15,000 on FanDuel, $11,200 on DraftKings. He's the quarterback you want in this one. Why even look at the other sideline? Tyrod Taylor is on IR. He's got some sort of, hamstring or leg or thigh injury. So it's the young kid, the recently drafted rookie, Davis Mills. And Carolina 7th overall against opposing quarterbacks. Mills is only 12 grand on FanDuel, $8,400 on DraftKings. Now look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We're going to be here for a short amount of time, and I'm not going to try and talk to you like your little kids or your babies. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear in this one. I'm fully fading Davis Mills. Look, in some weird case, if you're in some sort of big GPP and you want to get Mills in there, your MVP spot, your captain spot, that's fine. But I'm telling you, the $1 million winning lineup will not have Davis Mills in at the captain spot. There's just no way. I'd be shocked if this guy threw, multiple touchdowns, over 200 yards. I mean, hey, crazier things that have been done and have said, but you're here, you're watching the video. I'm telling you, fully fading Davis Mills. We go on to the running backs. Christian McCaffrey, stud. Houston is 29th overall against opposing running backs. Christian McCaffrey is going to have his way on Thursday night. On FanDuel, $17,500. On DraftKings, $13,400. This guy is going to be seriously 100% owned on Thursday night. He is by far and away the best player on both ends of the football field on Thursday night. So you have to have Christian McCaffrey in your lineup. No way around it. If you want to get silly and cute and leave him off your lineup, bad move. Normally I say that you want to leave off the high price stud in hopes that he kind of lays a goose egg. And then look, you're sitting pretty. You can leapfrog some folks. Christian McCaffrey, don't do that. Don't fade Christian McCaffrey on Thursday night. You heard it here. No surprise here. Going down the list, Chuba Hubbard. I think this kid can have a little bit of run. At last I looked, I believe he had 8 carries in week 2, and I could see the same case, probably double-digit carries for Chuba this weekend, or on Thursday, excuse me, because the game's going to be so out of control in the third quarter, fourth quarter. So look for a big game from Hubbard here. $6,500 on FanDuel, $3,200 on DraftKings. Now, when you get to the Houston Texans running backs, what are we going to do? Mark Ingram, David Johnson, Phillip Lindsay. Let's go through the prices. We'll go through the motions here. David Johnson, $8,000 on FanDuel, $5,400 on DraftKings. Mark Ingram the second, $11,000 on FanDuel, $6,600 on DraftKings. Now Phil Lindsay, $7,500 on FanDuel, and on DraftKings, I don't have the price in front of me. I couldn't find it at such short notice, so I would imagine that right now, at this moment in time, a graphic will be popping up, and it'll give you Phil Lindsay's price on DraftKings. Yep, there it is. Bam. So there you get it. Of the 3 running backs, to be fair, I would prefer Phillip Lindsay here. He scored a touchdown in week 2. It was a reception touchdown. So I'm looking for a lot of passing down work from the Houston Texans. More importantly, the running backs. A few years ago, David Johnson was a stud at receiving as a running back. Now, don't know what the heck happened to him. He fell from grace, and here we are in the DFS dungeon. It's not a happy place to be, as you can see. I'm not as, jovial and as lighthearted as I am. Again, Carolina at Houston. What are we going to do? Give me Phillip Lindsay here, only $7,500 on FanDuel, and there it is. On DraftKings, that's his price. Let's go to wide receivers. I think DJ Moore is going to have a massive game. To me, DJ Moore is my favorite spot for the MVP and the captain spot here. DJ Moore, $14,000 on FanDuel, $10,600 on DraftKings. And oh, by the way, Houston is 9th overall against opposing wide receivers. So respectable, but DJM has his way. Robbie Anderson, $10,000 on FanDuel, $7,800 on DraftKings. Another nice piece there. And what about the rookie, Terrace Marshall? $8,500 on FanDuel, $4,000 on DraftKings. I do have a little bit of strategy here when it comes to the Carolina wide receivers. What if we threw caution to the wind, we put Sam Darnold in a flex spot, we put DJ Moore in the captain spot, and then we stacked it with not Christian McCaffrey. We went Sam Darnold, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall, and then we kind of maybe put Phil Rivers in there or Pharaoh Brown, something wild here. Just hit me like a ton of bricks while I was talking here. Let's go over the Houston Texans wide receivers. Brandon Cooks, $13,000 on FanDuel, $10,000 on DraftKings. Chris Connolly, $7,000 on FanDuel, only $1,600 on DraftKings. Danny Amendola, I thought this guy retired when he left the Lions, but hey, here he is. I think he scored a touchdown so far this season. Danny Amendola, $8,000 on FanDuel, only $1,200 on DraftKings. And the forgotten man on this team, to be honest with you, I forgot about him. I had other people tell me that maybe you want to mention Anthony Miller for the Houston Texans here. Anthony Miller's $5,500 on FanDuel, cost you only $1,000 on DraftKings. And the young kid, rookie from the University of Michigan, Nico Collins, is on the IR. He's not active. He's not available. So Anthony Miller will be activated for this game. You want to get in on that? Sure. If you want to be a weirdo, because I am, maybe Anthony Miller sees a little bit of run here, and he's, oh my gosh, is he cheap here. So Anthony Miller to pair with Darnold and Christian McCaffrey and all 3 of the Carolina Panther wide receivers. Let's hit the tight ends like a lightning round. This video is already longer than I expected it to be, given the magnitude of the game. Hopefully you guys know that I'm not normally a jerk. This is all an act. This is all a show. This game is going to be fantastic. I love it. I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way and go, man, this guy, he's able to broadcast and get his content out there, and he's acting like a jerk in the length of this video. I thought it'd be a fun little show to put on. So let's get back to it. These tight ends are, what are you going to do? Dan Arnold, Houston is 27th overall against opposing tight ends. $7,500 on FanDuel, $4,800 on DraftKings. Ian Thomas, $5,500 on FanDuel, $2,000 on DraftKings. And then you look at the Houston Texans side of things. Jordan Atkins, $6,500 on FanDuel, $2,200 on DraftKings. Pharaoh Brown, who I mentioned in bottom of the barrel last week. I just want that to be known. Didn't do anything of note, but I tried there with Pharaoh Brown. Pharaoh, $5,500 on FanDuel, $2,600 on DraftKings. Now, of the 4 tight ends here, I'd probably prefer Ian Thomas, right? It's just a crapshoot, man. We'll throw some dice along the wall and who see what sticks. Run a Hot Wheel down one of them tracks, see what hoop it jumps through, and then that's the tight end you pick here. Moving on to the kickers, Zane Gonzalez, $9,500 on FanDuel, $3,800 on DraftKings, and then the Carolina kicker, Joey Sly, $9,000 on FanDuel, $3,600 on DraftKings. The only kicker I would consider here is the Carolina kicker, just because there might be a couple extra points for Carolina, and that's about it. Little to nothing of note for Houston. And I'll give you the final score here when I'm done with the DSTs. Carolina defensive special teams on DraftKings, $6,200. The Houston DST, why in God's name would you consider the Houston Texans DST on Thursday night is beyond me, but I'll give you the price anyways if you want to get crazy. I don't know. Houston Texans DST is an even $3,000 on DraftKings. Good luck. They're not going to be anywhere near my lineup. And the final score here on Thursday night, I have Carolina having a healthy lead in this game for pretty much the length of the game here. Carolina wins 31-10, and that is it. So as I said, make sure you get Darnold in your lineup. Make sure you get Christian McCaffrey, and then why not put all 3 Carolina wide receivers in there? DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall, and then as the cherry on top, because you have to put a player from both teams in there, sprinkle a little Phil Lindsay in your lineup. So thank you so much, and before I get out of here, make sure you double check. You go to teamriseorfall, like, share, subscribe, and use promo code BEASTIE. You'll get a certain percentage off, and oh, it's only $9.99 a week to begin with. You can afford $1.50 a day, as Bennett kind of laid out in a graphic not too long ago. So come join us, come hang. We're having a blast. I'm in the DFS dungeon, and until we meet again, have a good one.